Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you guys are. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you guys? Hello, hello. We woke up here with quite a bit of snow, so it's full. I was outside last night shoveling, and yeah, the whole ground's covered again. Hello, woman, Tiffany, Hanan. Thank you guys for joining me. It's always a pleasure. I thought maybe if I dress bright, I'd bring the sun over. Oh no, this is not gonna want to stay. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. How are you guys? Hello, Mary and Chantel. Tiffany, Mary, also known as Bonkers Britain. That's too funny. I love it. So it was interesting last night. I actually wanted to pull some tarot cards on something quickly before I jump into any questions you guys have. When I was doing my crystal ball gazing for Germany, I seen what I thought looked like some kind of a volcanic mountain. And as I was going, I'm like, oh, maybe this isn't related. It was more of like an underground tunnels that I was seeing. But I was in my dreams last night again. I seen what looked like if this was a very specific looking volcanic looking mountain. And I was getting strongly Indonesia as well. So I was actually Googling a few minutes before I came on at some volcanoes in Indonesia. And I did find one that looks so similar to what I was seeing. And hopefully I'm not butchering the name, but I got Krakatoa, which is a part of a volcanic island group, compromising 4 islands. Anyway, so there's this volcano in Indonesia that I see that may be something that I don't know if I'll do a full-on video on this, but I wanted to pull a couple cards on this. It looked like there was a big eruption back in 1883, but I do see this as being something significant, you guys. Hello, Fatima. So I just wanted to ask the tarot spirit, what do we have? Is the mountain or volcano that I'm seeing, is this the one in Indonesia, the Krakatoa? Is this the volcanic mountain that I'm seeing here, the volcanic island that I'm seeing? Just wanted to see what was coming. Oh, guys, this looks pretty rough. I do think this is something that I seen when I was in my dreams last night, and we do have that 8 of Cups with the moon, with this instability, and look at all that. Look at the fire. You guys, it's the fire-breathing dragons with the outcome here. I don't know if there's some kind of eruption that happens that creates like a tsunami-like, but look at that page of cups with the water as well. So I'm not sure if people are near this island. I feel like it's more out in the body of water, but I feel like it's going to potentially erupt and create some kind of a tsunami going into the inland here. And then we have people kind of walking away to higher grounds. But it's just very interesting. Maybe I'll look at that more on like another video, but I strongly see something big happening in Indonesia, soul family. I was gonna say spirit, but that was interesting. I wanted to see just the cards that were coming up. So let's see what we have. I'll see if you guys have any questions for today. How are you guys feeling? Hello. All right. So, woo, woman, you said here you and your boyfriend had a vision of having a child together. So, you guys are in your mid-40s. You already have kids. But any indication of that over the next 3 months? All right. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Is there potentially any children in the future for a woo woman? and her boyfriend. Will there be any potential children coming in for a woo woman? I don't necessarily have a whole lot of cards to indicate um bringing, like, conception or a pregnancy here. So I'm going to say it's not out of the question because we do have that Knight of Cups and we also have a page. Look at that page. It's like kind of an unexpected surprise, but I have to say it's not a very strong energy. Okay. Not at all. I mean, again, if this is something you guys are not looking to, have any, because I do see lots of attraction, lots of beautiful energy here, but I don't have my Six of Cups, I don't have my Empress, I don't have any of like really, really strong, or the Fool, to indicate a potential pregnancy coming up. But not to say that's not impossible, okay? Because there is this happening right now, and this gives me a just be cautious if you guys do not plan on having any kids. They're beautiful, they're amazing, but yeah, if it's not something you guys are interested in, just because I do see a lot of romantic, loving energy here. So just be aware of that. Be smart. Let's just say that. Yes. Yeah, I hear you. I know. I love my daughter, but I do not have any plans to have any more children. They're phenomenal, but yes. All right, let's see what we have here. Hello, Philip. I'll definitely check on that for you here in a momento. Hello, Tiffany, and thankful Leah. Thank you guys and Fatima for joining me here. It's always a pleasure, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. So let's see, what else do we have here for some questions? So we have, again, as always, I'm so sorry if I say your guys' names incorrectly, but we have Brahmika. You actually re-injured your left knee, so there is a tear, and then there a tear, and by when will it heal? All right, let's look at the energy of Brahmika's left knee. I also kind of injured myself too it feels so bizarre, you guys. It feels like so many people that I'm talking to have been getting injured lately, or they're just having all these unexplainable body aches. And for me, I think I've been pushing myself. I've been going to yoga quite a bit, hot yoga, and my whole right leg the other day just completely blew up. And I was working with the flashlight and the white light breath and working on healing it. And within a day, it did start feeling better. But my goodness, I was pretty much in bed most of the day. Okay, what do we have for Brahmika and her left knee? Is there a tear? Let's see the energy of how it's going here. I mean, there could be something minor in terms of a tear, but I don't think it's something to ignore. It may be something you want to get checked out by a practitioner, or if you need to get some kind of x-rays or something done. I do see it. I just feel like I strongly want to say, I mean, yes, we can definitely work with, like, say, the white light breath and work with healing with it on terms of on a spiritual level as well, mindset, working with meditation, all this stuff is phenomenal. But when I look at the justice, and then we have the Seven of Cups as well with the Four of Cups, I think this is something to not be ignored. Okay, so this is something that's consistently coming up. I don't want you to ignore it, because it could have some kind of underlining, something else could be going on that's causing it. So it might be worth going to see some kind of a practitioner, or if you have, some holistic individual that you deal with, if you're not necessarily, going for the doctors. Let's say, I know some individuals, they just don't want to go to the doctors because they think they're just going to be fully medicated, and that's a whole other story. But with your knee, I do think that there is something that you need to pay attention to, and you need to maybe have it checked out if you haven't. Okay. Is it gonna, like, there is good energy behind this, so I don't think it's something that you're gonna be dealing with. I don't know if we talked last time and this was something that you had for a really long time, but let me see how long, let's say, like, is this something that can heal, relatively fast over the next couple weeks? What do we have for Bonica here? What do we have for Bonica when it comes to her? Yeah, okay, physiotherapy is what I was trying to get out, but for some reason I was wanting to say like a herbalist. I'm like, nope. Okay, let's see here. So by when is it going to heal and under physio? Yeah, I feel like going to, something like physiotherapy or chiropractor or something of that matter can help, nurse it back to health. But let's see, what does your left knee look like over the next, let's say couple weeks? Let's see, how's it going to look over the next couple weeks? Sometimes, you guys, this takes time. Look at this. You have the Tower. This is something that needs to take time. You need to nourish it. You need to nurse it back to health. It may take a bit longer than you expect here. The outcome there, we've got that 8 of Swords. But again, if you take time out, this is something that you really need to be careful that you're nursing it right. You're not doing too much. And I know that can be hard, especially if you have stuff to do. You don't want to be sitting and doing nothing all day. And I do get where you're coming from, but there's a big sense of you needing to withdraw and kind of just nurse that knee. Again, get some assistance in terms of your physiotherapy. If you're going to that, I see that as helping and continuing to do that. And just continuing to it may take a bit of time. It feels like with this, I don't see it, unfortunately, I don't see it healing in the next week here. It's more of just spending some time and just seeing if there's anything, even maybe anything else happening underneath it, because that 7 of Cups that came out, it could be a bit of, maybe wanting to get an x-ray on it if you haven't, or talking to an actual doctor to see, is there something like an actual tear that needs to be operated or worked on or whatnot. So it does feel a little bit extensive, my friend, with that Tower moment. So you're going to have to hang in there, don't give up. Work on what you can work with. Okay. Work on your, let's say, I want to say mindset, but work on your mindset and your meditation techniques and your breath work, because that will help it. Okay. Like my leg was, I couldn't even move yesterday. I almost couldn't get up and down the stairs. It was so bad, and it's fine today. Little bit tender, but it's 90% better within a day. And I don't know exactly what I did. I just woke up and it was completely inflamed. So what I did is, again, I don't know if you guys have the flashlights, but we have the etheric flashlights. I have used that, white light breath, all of that really does help. Okay, my friends. So I'm sending you so much love and light on your journey with your knee. So just nurse that back to health. And if you're finding it's not getting better, look, the physiotherapy, and I think that sort of route would absolutely be beneficial, but it may be worth having it like x-rayed is what I'm getting. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for your question. Hello, Fatima. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Okay, Fatima, how will you and your sister settle a piece of land that we inherited? Is she willing to sell her share to you, or would she prefer to buy me out? Oh, let's see. Okay, let's look at the energy of your sister. Let's just pull the energy first of your sister. Would your sister be willing to sell her share to you? I feel like she's open to talking about this is gonna be interesting. Okay, there is a lot of, energy of you guys talking about this, but I don't think she wants to like, if I look at the outcome of this, Fatima, she doesn't wanna walk away from it. I don't feel like this is an energy of her being, like, awful to you or anything of that matter, because I see you guys getting along here, but there's a sense of her not wanting to let this go. So you have to settle a piece of land you inherited. Is she willing to sell her share to you or prefer to buy you out? I feel like she doesn't want to. It's like she doesn't want to walk away from it. Does she want to keep this land? Okay, what's the energy of her preferring to buy you out? Well, let's look and see, Spirit, what do we have for Fatima when it comes to her sister preferring to buy you out? I feel like she would prefer to buy you out. Yeah. There that is. I think she would prefer to buy you out is what I'm getting here. There's something about this. It's interesting. There's really something about her. I don't know if she has plans or what she has plans to do with this land, but it's almost a sense of her. She wants to keep this. I don't know, is she planning to move there at some point? We have a lot of really good energy for this, for your sister and working with this land. So I would say between these two, I see her buying you out more than selling it. That's what I see, lovely lady. So we'll have to see. You'll have to let me know if you have any more questions, but that's what I have. Thank you so much, Thankful Leah. Let me see. Leah, what was your question? Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Let me see here. Darling, thankful Leah. So you had an issue with your left hand around your ring finger. You're usually left-handed. One doctor at the Mayo feels like it's a tendon issue. All the X-ray and MRI are negative. Okay, I am seeing a hand surgeon tomorrow now. Okay, so do I see surgery for your left hand? Let's see, what do we have for Leah in terms of her left hand? Will there be any surgery happening for her left hand? I'm not getting any of my cards that indicate a surgery, so I'm gonna say no to that. I feel like interesting. Yeah, this is interesting because I don't see anything here saying that you're gonna have to get surgery. There is something about you taking some time out though, so I don't know if does your surgeon, like, does he have another indication of what's going on here? Let me see, will Leah receive more of a clear, let's say, clear diagnosis for your left hand? Because I don't see you needing surgery, which is a good thing, right? You do have an issue, it gets stuck. It sounds like Lee. Okay, let's see here. What's going on with the appointment with the Mayo doctor, the surgeon at Mayo for Leah? Lee. Oh, it's Lee, not Leah. Oh. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting kind of a bit of a mixed review here. Now, I feel like there may be other things that your surgeon tries first. Okay. Sorry, I was just reading your message correct. Sounds like thankfully. Okay. All right, Lee. Um, yes, okay. Going kind of to recap with your left hand here. I think there's going to be other things that the surgeon may want to try before they do any kind of a surgery. Because the first spread I got, I wasn't getting any cards to indicate my sores and my surgery. But when we're looking into this appointment as well, I feel like they're going to try some other things, and if that doesn't work, they may look at doing some surgery. This is my surgery card, okay? So it's not like a big must. I don't think you're going to go in tomorrow and it's going to be like, yes, the surgery is planned on the spot. But this could lead to a surgery in the future because you've got that Eight of Swords, okay? But yes, let me ask then, if there is a surgery in the near future, I do see it going like really well, but let me see, because I think there could be some ways around it where you don't have to get surgery, is what it feels like. Let me ask, okay, if Lee does have to have surgery, what does that look like? Does that look like, how's the procedure? Is it benefiting? Is it a benefit for your highest good? Y- See, and this is why I wonder if there's other ways or other routes here, because I don't know how benefit, like, there is a sense of, yes, you overcoming an obstacle, but for some reason I don't know if it's 100% necessary. It could be an option, but I don't think it's 100% necessary is what I'm getting, okay? So hopefully that gave you a bit of perspective. I mean, keep me posted. I love to hear back from you guys as well. Um, Maybe I'll do another card pull for you. If you're curious, let me know. You can always send me a quick email too, and I can always pull a card after you go to the surgeon. But I am getting like not something that is absolutely like needing to be done right away. I think there's other routes that you guys can go through to avoid it, because the surgery feels like, yeah, it could, if you do go through a surgery, it could be a little beneficial, but I still feel like it's sitting on the fence with that. There's other perspectives, okay? Yes, thank you so much. Thankfully. Oh my gosh, thankfully. See, thankfully. Thank you. All right, Lee. I don't know why I was getting Leah out of that. But thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. So let's see, lovely souls. What else do we have here? I need my eye spray. My eyes are a little dry. Again. Um Hello, Luke. Hello, Kathy. Kathy, are you going to be financially stable soon? We can pull a couple cards for you, Kathy, and see what's coming out for you for finances. Let's see, what do we have for Kathy in terms of finances over the next few months? There's definitely more opportunities coming up for you, Kathy, here, okay? Um, we do have, oh, you're from Canada? It's so nice to have you, a Canadian friend. Okay, so it feels like if you're in this hermit mode, if things have been really stuck and stagnant lately, I do see lots of movement, but it's like opportunities coming forward. You have that Three of Cups in the present right now, okay? And you're going to be building your wealth. This is about building, nurturing, working hard. So it's a time of, I feel like, networking for you, getting out there. Sometimes it could be a little bit of getting out of that comfort zone as well. And I know that can be difficult, but Yeah, I don't see necessarily in terms of like your finances, I don't see them getting worse or anything of that matter. I see this as a stage or a period of building things up. So, yeah, things do look like they will be on the up and up, my friend. But remember, just again, when it comes to, even like tarot readings and looking at astrology reports and that kind of thing, it is great for guidance and looking through kind of certain energy patterns of what's coming up. But you guys have to also take action, okay? Don't miss those opportunities. You have to sometimes get out there and get out of your comfort zone, even if it's challenging. But yes, lovely lady, I do see finances getting better for you. They will be balancing out over the next, it feels like, 4 or 5 months is what it feels like, or between now and the next 7 months, because we had that Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles is a bit slower moving, so it's not an overnight thing, but absolutely it's building up, my friend. Hello, hello, Carolyn. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hello, modest transformation. You're back. You have a question. Um, can I describe the guy you will meet this year? Physically. Oh, and personality. Let's see if there's a romantic energy coming in for a modest transformation. What do we have? I do have the Two of Cups on the back of the deck, lovely lady. So there is a sense of like, in terms of a relationship, I do see you being very desirable. You have lots of love here, beautiful energy, but there is a sense of being out in the cold right now when it comes to a relationship. There is something coming in for you here, but I'm not actually getting your gentleman out on the board here. It looks like you're just going to be communicating right now and working to kind of like get yourself out there. So I don't know if you're kind of doing some dating or some mingling, that sort of thing. But there is somebody coming. I will say this next person does feel like it's a soulmate energy, but it feels like it may be a little bit like I don't see this coming tomorrow, my friend. I gotta say, just based off of this energy, is something that's coming maybe a little bit more down the line here. So I would just use this time to focus on yourself. I know you were focus on yourself glowing up because you are that high priestess. That's a beautiful energy. Is there, spirit, do you have anything you can give me for modest transformation with this gentleman coming in? Let's see. Is there any? Um, with this, I do feel like you could be looking at somebody probably around your age. This is a night energy. Very much we have that Knight of Cups as well. And it's a very romantic energy, okay? You could actually meet this person more in the evening as well. I feel like this person could be very romantic. Um, but it's not gonna start off. I don't feel like this is something that will start off like extremely fast. It's, some of those relationships you just meet and next thing you know, like a month later, you guys are like married and living together. It's not necessarily that feeling. It is a sense of you guys growing and nurturing this relationship. Okay. So I have to say the cards aren't being very specific on your specific man that's coming out, but I will say you could look at it as a more of a romantic energy. I feel like this is somebody that's going to come forward and be respectful, okay? Being respectful with you and your energy. It'll be like kind of a when I feel like they ask you out as well, it'll be kind of like, oh, let's just, something like a little gesture. Let's go out for lunch or something of that matter. So it does feel, I do get a pretty decent energy from this night. I feel like this will be like a soulmate energy. I think you guys will have a phenomenal connection. But unfortunately, I'm not getting a specific, a whole lot specifically about this man yet. I feel like it's a little bit in the months to come. Okay, lovely lady. But there is a beautiful energy coming for you. So let's see here. Carolyn, thank you so much for your love and donation. Okay, you said here your partner asked you about going to Florida to visit his daughter. You really don't think he wants you to go, or maybe his daughter doesn't want me to go. Okay. So let's see. Let me ask the question then. What's the energy of Carolyn's partner wanting you to go to see his and visit his daughter? Does he truly want Carolyn to go with him to visit his daughter? Let's look at your partners. I don't think it's him. I think he does want you to go. I absolutely have you guys traveling here, going together to visit and see the daughter. So I do think that, like, especially if he asked you to go as well, that is kind of an indication that, like, yeah, like, I mean, he's inviting you to go. Let me see, what's the energy of Carolyn's partner's daughter? Does she, what was your thing? How does the daughter feel about Carolyn visiting with them? How does the daughter feel about Carolyn visiting? If anything, I think it may be more the daughter is what I'm getting, but I'm not getting anything extensively. Like, we do have the 10 of swords on the outcome of this, but I don't get it coming from your partner, Carolyn. It seems like this could be more so coming from his daughter. But I still see things going. If you decide to go, like, are you thinking of going or are you thinking of staying? What is the energy? I'll pull one more card here. What does the energy look like for Carolyn if she was to go on this trip to Florida with her partner to visit his daughter? Is this in Carolyn's best interest? Is this in Carolyn's best interest? Pretty much got the same cards. I see you going, even though there is a sense here. I don't know if, do you really want to go, or you're on the fence about whether you feel welcomed? But I see you having a decent time here. This is travel. This is fast moving. So if you guys are going, you may even be going in the next 8 days, 8 weeks here. And overall, you got that 10 of Pentacles. You have the High Priestess. So I do think that if you decide to go, you'll have a good time, my friend. So it's, it's looking pretty good there. But if you're looking at, your curiosity between, does your partner really want you to go? I do get from the cards that, yeah, he's open and wanting you to go with him, is what it looks like. All right, let's see what else we have, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Fatima, could you get clarification on whether your sister feels like you deserve your share of the land? Okay, let's see what this looks like. What's the energy of, I do feel like you guys will work together though. Let me ask, what's the energy of her sister Fatima and her sister working together on resolving the transfer of the land? Will she pay her out easily? Yeah, I do think she will. I mean, there is I don't know if she's gonna be a little bit stingy about, like, if you guys are gonna have to, like, think of an actual price that you guys are both happy with, or how you're gonna figure out all those fine details, but I don't see anything bad here. It looks like this is you guys actually absolutely working together, and we actually have the house and the home. This is my land and home energy. So I do see you guys working together. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and on top of that, you have that inheritance, the land there. So I do see you guys working together quite well when it comes to figuring out the details of the land. I keep getting that she may want to keep the land and like, buy you out, for example. That's the energy I'm getting. But no, I do think you'll get a buyout. It may just be coming to more of a communication on what that final line is. What's the final price? But I don't see it being a huge issue. I don't have anything in terms of a battle on your hands with this, not at all. All right. So it looks like you guys will be able to resolve this pretty civilly. Like I don't see a massive battle happening here. Not with that energy. You are welcome, Carolyn. You had a stronger feeling that it's more the daughter. I was wondering how comfortable you would be. Yeah, I do see that 10 of Swords in your energy, Carolyn, but I do see you actually having a good time. Let's see. I mean, maybe if your partner and his daughter go out for a day, maybe even if you're going to do your thing for the day, kind of, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean you guys have to spend every waking second together, but I see you still having a good time. Let me pull one more card. What's the overall energy of Carolyn on this Florida trip if she decides to go? Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty decent. I'm not seeing anything too crazy here, my friend. Two of Wands, we've got Page of Pentacles, and the King of Swords as well. So it looks like it's something that could be a good time for you. Philip. All right, Philip, you feel like you have to move soon. Is it a good idea to move for Philip to move soon? What does this look like with Philip moving soon? What's the energy? Will Philip have to move soon? I think you will have to move soon, but not too soon. If that makes sense. We do have the energy of you moving, Philip, but it's kind of you can delay it a little bit if you need to. In terms of the question, like, is it a good idea for you to move? Like, I'm not sure if you're kind of being given notice. Is that the thing, or you just have that feeling that you're going to have to move? I feel like I have to move soon. Is it a good idea to do? Okay, is this the best? Is it a good idea for Philip to start looking? I would say it's a good idea for you to start looking for other places. Is it a good idea for Philip to look at moving? Yeah. I do see you moving, so I would start looking, my friend, kind of seeing what other options are out there and other areas that you may be interested in. There could be like a little bit of a delay. It's not necessarily like I see you having to move tomorrow, but that Eight of Wands is a pretty fast moving energy. So you may be moving in the next couple months here. So yeah, take a look and see what other areas. I think that if it's your choice, it still looks like it would be a good idea, especially we have that Six of Pentacles as well. And we do have the World with the High Priest and the Eight of Pentacles. So I do see it being in your better interest to look at other places that will best be more stable for you, I guess I can say. It just feels like a little bit unstable with the current situation, and I see you walking away. So I don't think you're going to be there for an entire year. It feels like you will be moving at some point over the next few months is what I'm getting, okay? You are welcome, Fatima. Lady T. Hello. Crystal Palace. Thank you so much. Cherise. Hi, Breanne. Should I go back to school for another degree or continue developing with working several business opportunities? Let's see. What's the energy of Cherise going back to school for another degree? Is that a good idea? Is that in Cherise's highest good? Let's see what we have for Cherise. I was originally going to say, no, I feel like you working more on business opportunities is a better choice, but I'm like, maybe I'll see what the tarot have to say. And yes, I'm getting the same thing. I actually don't, I don't see you going back to school here, or I don't think it would be in your highest good to go back to school here is what the tarot is telling me. I think there's way more opportunities for you to work on your business for sure. I can pull a couple cards on that. What's the energy of Cherise working with building up her current businesses and working with other opportunities? What's the energy of Cherise developing and working with her several business opportunities? I'm getting a big, like, that is definitely... yes. You know what though? Okay, yes, but I have to say, don't overexert yourself. Don't stress yourself out, okay? Because there is a sense of you like overworking here, okay? I feel like you have a fire energy, girl. But I am saying, I am getting with what I can see here is there is a sense of you building up your businesses. I see that going so much more better. Opposed to, let's say, going back to school from what I see. But of course, this is your journey, okay? So please look into your heart to see if this is the right direction for you. Can the cards see if I need to know anything about my health? I feel like I can pull a few more cards on that for you if you would like, but there is a sense of sometimes when we are consistently go, 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 it is very important to take a step back here and just reevaluate things because we can overdo it. And then our body takes a toll on that, right? Just because we're always busy, you guys, it doesn't mean we are being the most productive. Sometimes, like even for example, let me give you, like for most of you guys here probably are familiar with Brad. He goes out usually every day and he spends some time in nature. He goes to either the beach or he goes to the parks or the trails and he goes and walks. And during those times, he gets so many downloads and so many inspirational moments. And so many of us don't take the time to do that. So it's very important to take time out in your day. All right. So let's see. What do we have for Cherise in terms of, let's say, her physical health? What's the energy of her health moving forward? Yeah, I mean, it's looking okay, my friend. It's not anything catastrophic. I'm not seeing anything catastrophic, but there's just an instability here. And I feel like your body could just be a little bit in that defending mode, okay? So just make sure you're taking some time out. Like look at time out in nature, okay? Look at that world card. Sometimes this is even like a vacation and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Sometimes this means just even taking a day or two and going out into nature. It can do incredible things when you spend some time outside. But I don't see anything. If anything, there is a little bit of instability. Potentially this is like hormonal instability is what that comes up as. And with the 3 of Cups on the back here, What I can say is if you're feeling like internally, like you just don't feel right, you can always look at, there's herbalistic, there's acupuncture, there is so many different, let's say, natural ways of looking at cleaning up our body, cleaning up our diet. And especially if you want to look at like a natural path, they can do a blood test and you can find out exactly what you're, let's say, deficient in. And there can be one or two really minor things that you just need to tweak within your system. And it can make a world of difference. But I don't necessarily see anything too catastrophic coming out. It's just make sure you are taking time for yourself, okay? It's very important. All right, lovely friends. Let's see. Time is flying. It's already 9:45. My goodness. Okay. Let's see what else do we have here. Philip, you are welcome. You live with some family and the energy is not good anymore. Okay. Yeah, you had the 5 of Swords as well. I think in the present, which is it's a conflict, it's a hostile energy, and I see you walking away from that. So I do think it's in your highest good to start looking for other options. I see you moving relatively soon, my friend. Okay. May not be tomorrow, but I do see you starting to plant those seeds, start looking at some options. Michelle, Hanan. Again, you guys, if I have missed certain messages, just feel free to rewrite them because I could have I could have missed them. So my apologies. But let's take a look at Hanan. It says, do I see any new sources of financial or of revenues? Any new sources of financial stability, abundance, income streams? What's coming in for Hanan? We'll take a couple more. What do we have for Hanan? I do see some new income streams and revenues coming in for you. Knight of Cups is new proposals. This is things coming in. Look at this, you are the magician. So you have all the resources. This is you being very resourceful. I do see you absolutely moving forward. There is a shift happening here as well. It looks like you might have been working really hard. We have that devil in that past. And for me, I'm just seeing this as you working really hard at, using those resources. Some people have this just ability to use what they have and just move forward with all these amazing ideas and put them into play. Some people have great ideas, but then they don't really step out of their comfort zone. I do see you doing this. So you are going through a big transition. And I see absolutely multiple revenue streams coming in. It is interesting because I don't necessarily have pentacles. So what I have to say though is it's almost like this next, I would say even 5 months for you is like building those connections. There's something about you building and working with people that are on your level, and it's going to bring you, even look at, it's like the saying, like you are who you hang out with kind of thing, right? I mean, and there is truth to that, right? And there's this sense of, I feel like you are entering into this new period where I don't know if you're meeting new people or you're changing your friends up kind of thing, but there's something about new proposals coming to you, like proposals that will be very abundant for you, okay? Look at this. There's something about a very divine synchronistic relationship happening. And I'm not necessarily getting that this is actually romantic. This is just like beautiful harmony in relationships and business partners. So I do think that moving forward, you're going to start to build up lots of new streams. Okay. Yeah. And don't forget the Radiate app. Yes. Oh my gosh. Of course. Yes. We have that usually going in our bedroom every night. And we have it in our basement as well. Hello. Thank you for joining me. All right, so let's see. Maybe we'll take one more or two more here. We'll see here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm doing some live readings for you guys. For the most part, I'll be here Mondays and Fridays. I wasn't sure if today was going to. I was almost going to switch this until tomorrow, but I was able to make it for today. So here I am. Did you have a question about it? Oh, you're welcome, Hanan. Thank you. Thank you for your question. All right, I guess I'll scroll up here. Kessler, if you did have a question, yeah, I can definitely take one before I end the show here, but let me scroll up and see what else I have. Did I miss something? Linda, looks like Summer is going down. Yeah, there's going to be lots of big changes when it comes to leaderships, guys. Lots of big changes. Kessler, you're curious about career. All right, let's pull a few cards. What do we have, Spirit? Oh, not a problem. Thank you, Lady T, for joining me. I appreciate you. I will definitely be back on Friday. All right, what do we have for Kessler? You're out of work for over 2 years. You're looking for your forever career. What do we have moving forward for Kessler? Ooh. All right, so I do see you getting out there and networking, my friend. We are in a little bit of a heavy energy right now. Um, okay, because we have that 10 of wands right in the present, but you are that 3 of cups. So what I have to say for your energy is it would be really beneficial for you to be strategic here. We have the 7 of swords. Your strategy is going to propel you forward into that, let's say, career. I want you to take out a pen and paper and write about things that are important to you, because think of it in a way of, if it wasn't for you just going to work for a 9 to 5 to, let's say, pay the bills, what would you be doing with your time? I mean, I'm really fortunate. I'm loving that I'm able to be doing tarot with you guys, along with some other adventures. Again, I'm almost done my tarot deck, you guys. I'm really excited for this. But what I have to say is, for example, if I don't have to worry about paying bills or putting food on the table, would I still be here with you guys right now? And the answer would be yes. I mean, maybe I would be on a beach, but I would still be doing tarot readings with you guys. And that's what I really want you to ask yourself, Kessler, because I do see you making some progress here, but it feels like you're kind of just sitting in limbo. There's a lack of structure here. And first of all, I mean, I'm sure you guys, if you have been here before, have heard me say this, but you guys need to have a goal. You are phenomenal at networking, is what I'm getting. You actually have a very charismatic, loving energy about you. And you have to have a goal about what it is you want here, because if not, then you're just sitting there in limbo. And that was me for so many years, where you just end up working, let's say, a 9 to 5 for the sake of trying to pay bills, right? So on the beach, but with us, right on, you betcha. The background would be a beach. I'd bring you guys to the beach. Maybe we should do a snow tarot reading. Do one out in the snow. That might be cold, but That would be interesting. But Kessler, what I have to say is I do see you. It's like kind of taking off that blindfold. I feel like there's lots of opportunities coming towards you, but just make sure you're not missing them. Become more like go into your center and look at what do you truly want to do and start to aim towards those goals. So many times we get overwhelmed with like all the big what if this and what if that and everything needs to fall into place because I was there. Like, trust me, I was there. I wanted to be a Reiki teacher and practitioner when I was very young, like 19, 20, but I didn't pursue that because I got into my head like, how am I going to get clients, how am I going to make money, all these things, and then it deterred me, and then I got into the state of that flight or flight, and I went into survival mode, and then I went in a completely different direction. So it took me a long time to figure that out. But when do I see this happening? It's up to you, my friend. It's truly up to you. I know you probably like you the fact that you have the strength, this situation, as crappy as it may feel, is actually making you stronger, but you have to choose to see this from a different angle. You have to be more strategic about this. What Let's say here, understand that sometimes we do have to, get pay bills and go work for a job, and that's fine, but also have those goals and passions and ideas that you're still striving towards. So maybe, for example, you love animals, right? Instead of going to work in a desk job, why don't you look at certain careers that are geared towards working with animals? Something like that is what I'm not saying animals is absolutely your thing, but I'm just saying in general, you have to figure out what's important to you. Write down your values. What is it that really gets you excited, right? Think of it from the question: if I did not have to work for money, what would I be doing with my time? And then that's where you start. You take one step and put one step in front of the other. When is this happening? Is there any breakthroughs for Kessler coming up over the next little while here? Are there any breakthroughs? There you have the Magician. So look, you are manifesting this, whether it's the positive side or the negative side. You are kind of bouncing in between these different spectrums of whatever it is you're manifesting. Your external environment is a reality of how you see things. So I do see you making a breakthrough, but you have to kind of make that routine and structure. And if you're having some struggles with that, start with the small wins. Okay, I can't recommend that highly enough. Again, surrendering that is phenomenal, because we don't want to ignore our traumas and stuff that are coming up, but you can start with the small wins, which is involving, like, for example, even things around the house. Like, let me give you something that I've noticed in the energy is sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like doing the dishes and the kitchen's a little messy. The other day, this has happened multiple times this month. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna clean the house before I go to bed. It doesn't take a long time. Put the dishes in the dishwasher, wipe the counters down, have a clean space. And when I woke up in the morning, I'm like, walk downstairs, I'm like, wow, it looks nice in here. And it's just this uplifted energy is where this clutter is not, it's not cluttering your mind, and you're not over consumed and thinking about it. So it's sometimes the small wins that don't even have to do with your work, if that makes sense. Like, because then when you start to say, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. Maybe it's reading a chapter of the book, and then you do it. You're like, okay, maybe I can do anything. And you start to build up and gain trust with who you are. So I hope that gave you perspective. You are manifesting. So the universe, or you can say God, source energy, isn't going to judge what you're manifesting. It's up to you to see it from different perspectives. But I do see you making breakthroughs. Just start with some of the small wins, and if you have to make a list, because, like me, sometimes I'm all over the place, and if I don't make my list, then I don't accomplish it. So you have to see what works for you. Okay, lots of love to you on your journey, and I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you so much, Crystal Palace. um Let's see here. Crystal Palace, did you have a question? I don't think I seen a question for you, lovely lady. Thank you for the donation. If you have a question, let me know. I'll do one more tarot pull here for Diana, and then if you did have a question, Crystal, then please do include that below, and I'll answer that for you before I wrap up here. But let's see, what do we have for Diana? You need a job ASAP. Does it seem like you're going to get a good job for you in March? What do we have for Diana when it comes to what do we have for Diana when it comes to receiving a job in March? What do we have for Diana? Yes, Diana, I do see you getting a job here. The wheels are turning, my friend. The wheels are turning. There is opportunities over the next 3 months. There is something coming in for you here. Absolutely. So I do see something stable. This is actually really good energy. That is going to balance out finances. I see really good energy coming out for you, Diana. So again, be proactive because I said, yes, I see this abundance and a wonderful opportunity coming towards you. Doesn't mean you get to sit at home and do nothing, okay? So make sure that you are being proactive. You are applying for what you need to apply for. But yes, there is a sense of I would say quite a good opportunity coming towards you, my friend. You have the Three of Wands as well. So over the next even 3 months, I think you'll notice quite a big shift in your energy, especially with finances. You have new beginnings here. You absolutely have new beginnings here. Okay, Diana? So, and below that is financial freedom as well. So if you are proactive, don't miss those opportunities. Be open to other ideas and people's perspectives as well, because there is a sense of things balancing out for you. So yes, really good energy. I do see you getting a job soon. And it does look like this isn't a job that you're going to take and hate. This is something that will be quite abundant, is from what it looks like. Okay. Lovely. All right, Crystal Palace. Do I feel a move coming for you soon? And do I feel like Arizona or somewhere else? Okay. What do we have, Spirit, for Crystal Palace? Is there an upcoming move for Crystal? Is there an upcoming move for you? I feel like it's a little delayed, Crystal. There's some things that need to balance out here. There could be actually, I don't know how your financial situation is, but I do see you actually coming into some money in the future here. This could be, in over the next 5 months. I don't like to put specific times on it, guys, so please don't take this as an absolute here. But there is something about you being a little bit in the cold with some finances here, but look at what's aspecting this. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So I think your move is slightly delayed for some reason here. But there's something coming up for you more towards the end of this year is what it feels like. Yeah, Ace of Cups after that. I'm going to just pull here for you. What's the energy of Crystal moving? I was getting more towards the end of this year, like the last half of 2025. What's the energy of Crystal moving towards the end of this year? And then we'll look at Arizona. Yeah, look at the wheels are turning. So it's not the time yet. I wouldn't recommend moving yet. Again, it's your journey, but there's something about you not moving yet. Within 6 months. I think within the 3 to 6 months towards the next quarter, the end of the year here, It does definitely seems like a possibility. I feel like you're coming into some money here. There is something really beautiful, and the Three of Wands is moving abroad. So I'm not sure how far you are from Arizona, but I will say it does support you moving to Arizona. But I'm going to quickly ask, what's the energy specifically of Crystal moving to Arizona when she moves? What's the energy of Crystal moving to Arizona? What does that look like? Got like those same cards again. I don't know if it's going to be Arizona. If it is, it's going to be for a shorter time. I do feel like you will be by the water somewhere, though. If you want to, again, here I go with my date of birth and stuff. If you want to send me your date of birth, and if you have another specific, I can look into Florida, but based off the tarot, it's showing a bit of a on the fence about Florida. I feel like you could potentially move there, but you would only be there for maybe a little bit, like maybe a year or something. I don't see you staying there very long for some reason. But I do see you moving by the water, okay? But when I say somewhere else, that could be a strong possibility. But I mean, we could be here all day trying to pull cards on what location. So if you have another location, I could always look into the energies as well, because I do think it's really important to see how a person's energy links up to where they live, because they can really thrive and work with hand in hand with that energy. If you're in a place that doesn't support your chart and your energy, I think it can be a little bit more of a struggle to kind of come out on top and to pursue things. Not impossible, but let me know, lovely lady. To kind of recap, I do see you moving, not yet. I highly recommend just hanging off, maybe planting those seeds, kind of having some ideas. Again, it sounds like you're curious about Arizona. Did I say Florida or did I say Arizona? Oh my gosh. When I pulled on Arizona, I think I said Arizona. Now I'm second questioning myself. I feel like it may be not the best choice for you, or if you feel guided to go there, it'll be part-time or not part-time, but for a shorter time. So hang on, because I do see you moving towards more of the end of the year. 2025, I will say yes, but not just yet. I would hang tight for the next couple months for sure. So hopefully that helped answer your question. But if you want some more guidance on that, I'm more than happy to help you out. But I would need, again, your date of birth and a couple areas of interest. And then I can look into your chart a little bit, okay? So lovely lady, thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to end that here, and I will be back on Friday. So I wanted to thank you guys again for joining me. I appreciate all of you guys. Lots of love and light, and hopefully you guys will be back on Friday for some more tarot questions. So until next time, bye for now, guys. Thank you, Hanan.